Hi, I'm Tsuchiya, and I am the sculptor of the St. Xavier statue for Xavier University. I was born here and grew up in Cincinnati. My parents from Japan, and I've always been fascinated with sculpture since I was a little kid. I was just playing around with Play-Doh, and I remember in I guess elementary school we had made clay sculptures, and I ended up making little dinosaurs and like a triceratops and these other sculptures like monkeys and other kind of animals. I always had a fascination with that. And then later on in middle school and high school, I became fascinated with Greek and Roman art and architecture, and that laid the foundation for my passion and career of sculpting. I first started working on projects for Xavier back in 1999. At that time, Xavier was building the new Cintas Center, and they wanted a sculpture of the Musketeer D'Artagnan, the school mascot, out front. And so I entered into a competition, and I was fortunate to win the competition. I decided to make a sculpture of St. Xavier as if he's in Japan, when he was actually proselytizing in Japan. I've got him depicted from his journey from I guess towards Nagasaki, I guess, where he's wearing his flying cassock. He tried to, instead of just simply imposing his own European views on the Japanese, he tried to assimilate with the Japanese. So he'd actually try to learn, even though he tried to learn the language, he couldn't get it. But I would assume he may have adopted perhaps their clothing and articles of clothing. So I've depicted him with wearing Japanese sandals. So as he's been around Japan for about a year or whatever, and he's kind of trying to assimilate a little bit. So that's really neat. And then I actually have some pair of Japanese sandals myself, like wood ones and all that. So I'm using that as a model. And then so that's kind of neat. The actual base represents, and it's inspired by some of the steps at Himeji Castle in Japan, where they have it looks like dirt, and then they have little rock edge, and I guess steps, or called flights, or whatever you call it. Yeah. A typical one would take about anywhere from about 6 months to a year. So in this one here, I would say I've been working on it about a year.